chances are your community has some type of recycling program. You've probably gotten used to throwing things like newspapers, bottles, cardboard, and cans into a separate bin on trash day. But what about those hard to recycle items, things like furniture, pet carriers, medical supplies? Well, the 4th annual ReuseFest is this Saturday, June 13th.
The event was designed to help solve those recycling problems, and joining us now to discuss the event and what is hard to recycle items and what they will accept and what they won't are Sarah Alessio Shea, Stacy Bodow, and Bob Myers. Welcome, guys.
Thank you for having us.
Good to have all of you guys.
All right, well, Stacy, you guys are always talking about recycling with the Pennsylvania Resources Council, so tell us about this. Tell us about this special event.
Sure. So this is our 4th year doing ReuseFest. It is an outgrowth of our Hard to Recycle events, but what we saw was a lot of reuse-focused nonprofits in the region, like Global Links, like Off the Floor, that are taking material, they're giving them a second life. So it's gently used material that we want, that's coming in, that they're finding a home for, whether it's locally or whether it's even outside this area. So ReuseFest really provides an opportunity for people to bring a large number of items, gently used items that we have listed, and really, instead of putting them out for the trash, we're diverting those from the landfill and we're giving them a second life through some great nonprofits in the region.
It makes great sense because there are so many things that we're told we can't really recycle, and yet it's a shame to have to throw them away. They could be put to use by someone else if we could only get them in that person's hands. What kinds of things? I mean, in my mind, the first thing that comes to mind is toys, bicycles, that kind of stuff.
All kinds of stuff, I have to say, we're accepting at the event on Saturday. We have a great partner sponsor in UPMC and going to be UPMC Pass event, and it's a really good connection with one of our partners, Global Links, and some of the material that they will be accepting. I don't know if you want to explain.
Yeah, sure. We collect all kinds of medical supplies and mobility devices that people no longer need or can't use, medical supplies that are not used and still good dated for a year. Sometimes you'd have to get rid of them. So we can take all that stuff and we can redirect them to free clinics here in Pittsburgh, also our partners in Latin America and the Caribbean.
Give us an idea of what kinds of things.
Walkers, canes, crutches, non-motorized wheelchairs, nebulizers. A lot of people have nebulizers. If you maybe have some syringes or gauze that's good dated for a year and unopened, we can take that. There's all kinds of items.
Wow. And then furniture, that's another big one that sometimes people just don't know what to do with. And you help find a new place.
Yeah, a lot of people throw it out at the curb, and that's the worst thing you can do for it. It ends up in a landfill. And in this region, there are hundreds and hundreds of families that are living in homes with little to no furniture.
Yeah.
So our role is to salvage that good, usable furniture that's in good condition, and then repurpose it, giving it to those folks to help furnish their home and help them get to the next stage of their life.
Wow,
So some of the furniture, Bob, you have to recondition or repair.
Some of it we do. We prefer that people try to, if it needs a lot of work, we can't really deal with that. But if it's in good, usable condition, our standard is sort of, if we would put it in our home, that's what we're looking for.
Yeah.
And what kinds of things do you take? What kinds of furniture?
Couches, beds, tables, chairs, dressers. Dressers are a high demand item for us.
Which otherwise now, so help me out here, guys. You mean you'll actually, at a landfill, you'll see a dresser?
Oh, yeah. Hundreds and hundreds.
A bed, an entire bed
If you
frame,
just drive down
mattress?
your street on a normal trash night, you'll see furniture every week.
And that's what we hope with this event, is that, this is a one-stop place for people to bring a lot of different types of material so they can connect with not only Global Links Off the Floor, but Construction Junction, Pittsburgh Center for Creative Reuse, a number of nonprofits that we'll have there. So it's an easy option for the general public to come, donate, their gently used materials there, but hopefully also year-round then make that connection. They might learn about these nonprofits at this event, but know that they're year-round accepting this material.
And that is great. You're right, because sometimes you can't wait till
Exactly,
a certain
yeah.
day. So Construction Junction, they take all kinds of really interesting things, and people find a new use for it, right?
Exactly. So building materials, they'll take, you're renovating your house, maybe you're getting rid of a ceiling fan, or you have some extra tile. Mainly, the stuff that we're taking is wide variety, but it is just that gently used. You want to make sure that it can have a second life.
Even clothing, shoes, books, art supplies, backpacks, home furnishings, housewares, pet supplies, school supplies, sporting goods, all these things.
All these things,
Yeah.
yes.
That's amazing.
It's a large number of things.
That's wonderful.
It's so great to have an outlet now for this stuff, because for so long, clothing, for instance, you think of Goodwill being one of the many locations for gently used clothing, but furniture and tools and bikes and those kinds of items never had a second home. They never really had a place to go until now.
Yeah, and there's so many, like I said, this is just that we work with 8 nonprofits at this event. That obviously is not all of the nonprofits in the region that do accept material, but it's, you know, a great list of a great group of them, and we're really happy to have them as partners.
We're
thank
happy
you
you're
all.
there.
Thank you for
guys.
having us.
And
Appreciate
this
it.
Saturday's Reuse Fest is, again, June 13th. That's Saturday, 9 to 1 in the parking lot of UPMC Passivant Hospital in McCandless. And for more details, including a list of the items that can be dropped off, just visit our website, kdka.com/PTL. We've got the link for you there.